If you knew you only had 1 year left, what would you absolutely need to accomplish? You are here at this moment in history for a reason. Your knowledge, your experiences, your unique perspective, they're all needed right now. The world can't afford for you to wait until everything feels perfect. Have you ever noticed how the most fulfilled people seem to act immediately, while others wait for the perfect moment? What if we told you that this single difference, the ability to act with urgency, could be the key factor determining whether you fulfill your divine purpose or let it slip away? The concept of urgency in manifesting your purpose isn't new. You already know that you don't have an endless supply of tomorrows. You know that you can't afford to push your soul's calling into a future that never comes. As the ancient wisdom tells us, faith without works is dead. And today, we'll discover how to bring both your faith and your actions into perfect alignment to manifest abundance in your divine purpose, starting now. Let's share a most powerful affirmation that can transform your approach to taking action. Take a moment to really feel these words. I am divinely guided to take bold action now. My purpose is urgent, my path is clear, and my time is precious. If these words resonate with you, write them in the comments below. Let's create a community of action takers who understand the power of urgency aligned with purpose. Before we move forward, we know some of you may have questions about how a state of urgency can lead to anxiety or empty busyness. There's a profound difference between the restless urgency of ego and the purposeful urgency of spirit. When you're caught in the hamster wheel of endless doing, constantly busy but never fulfilled, that's not true urgency. That's anxiety masquerading as productivity. That's not what we're discussing here. We'll explain this more. But first, we invite you to reflect. Think about a time when you postponed acting on your inner guidance. Something you truly knew was right for you. How did that delay impact not just you, but all the people who could have benefited from your light? The truth is, waiting carries a hidden spiritual cost that most people never consider. At its core, procrastination often stems from a deeper issue, a disconnection from our divine purpose and potential. Every time you postpone action, you're not just losing time, you're expressing a lack of faith in your own divine capabilities and the support of the universe. Here's something fascinating. Have you noticed how time seems to expand when you act with urgency? When you approach life with immediacy, you'll often find that you have more time than you thought possible. This is what we call the urgency paradox. Think about a tree growing through concrete. Nature doesn't wait for perfect conditions. It doesn't ask permission or wait for someone to remove the obstacles. The tree simply begins its journey, pushing through whatever stands in its way. This is the kind of unstoppable urgency we're meant to embody in pursuing our divine purpose. Think of it like a spiral through the universe. We're all hurtling through space and time, and new opportunities are constantly opening up in the unseen powers of creation. But these opportunities don't wait forever. Just as nature doesn't procrastinate, a seed doesn't wait for perfect conditions to begin growing. You too must act when the moment calls. Let's explore a powerful spiritual principle at play. When you act with urgency, you align yourself with the energy of creation. The universe doesn't procrastinate. It's in constant motion, always creating, always expanding. When you delay action, you're actually resisting this natural flow of creative energy. Consider a spacecraft's launch window, that critical period when all conditions align for a successful mission. Miss that window, and you might wait months or years for another opportunity. Life presents you with similar launch windows, moments of perfect alignment that you must seize or risk losing forever. Just as a spacecraft requires precise timing and decisive action, so do the most significant opportunities in your spiritual journey. The good news is that developing urgency is a skill that can be cultivated through both practical and spiritual practices. Here are 3 powerful approaches we found that break the cycle of waiting. 1. The 5-minute miracle. When faced with a task you're avoiding, commit to just 5 minutes of action. This breaks the psychological barrier of resistance and activates what scientists call the Zeigarnik effect, your mind's natural tendency to want to complete what it starts. Daily spiritual accountability. Take time each evening to reflect on how you've used the gift of that day. Ask yourself, did I move closer to my divine purpose today? Did I act with faith and courage? Or did I let fear hold me back? 3. The Power Hour practice. Work in focused 20-minute intervals followed by short breaks. This honors your brain's natural cycles while maintaining momentum. During these focused periods, imagine yourself as a channel for divine energy, allowing it to flow through you into your work. Now we know what some of you might be thinking. Isn't this emphasis on urgency just another form of stress? Aren't we already overwhelmed enough? This is a crucial concern that deserves our attention. Let's address this head on. Remember when we said there's a profound difference between the restless urgency of ego and the purposeful urgency of spirit? Think about a river. It moves with constant purpose toward its destination, but it's not frantic. It flows naturally, powerfully, yet peacefully. This is the kind of urgency we're talking about, not the stressed, anxiety-driven rush of modern life, but the natural, purposeful flow of aligned action. Let's address some other questions that might be arising in your mind. 1. I need to wait for the perfect moment. We hear this one often, and let's be clear, it's perhaps the most dangerous myth of all. The perfect moment is a mirage that keeps moving further away the closer you try to get to it. As the spiritual teachings remind us, the present moment is the only moment you ever truly have. Waiting for perfect conditions is often just fear disguised as wisdom. 2. I work better under pressure. While it's true that some people experience a surge of creativity under deadline pressure, this is different from procrastination. What you're actually experiencing is the power of focused attention. Why not harness this power consciously rather than waiting for external pressure to force it? We've seen how this pattern often disconnects you from your higher guidance. 3. Being too urgent might make me miss opportunities. This is a valid concern, and we understand it deeply. But it confuses urgency with hasty action. True urgency includes heightened awareness. When you're fully present and moving with purpose, you're actually more likely to notice opportunities, not less. It's like being fully awake rather than sleepwalking through life. 4. I need time to process and plan. Yes, reflection and planning are essential. But let's be honest, is your delay really about necessary planning, or is it about avoiding action? Effective planning should have a clear timeline and lead to specific actions. It shouldn't become an endless cycle of preparation. Here's the most important truth about urgency. It must be anchored in purpose. Without a compelling why, urgency becomes mere busyness. So how do you find this deeper purpose that makes urgency meaningful? Start by asking yourself these essential questions that we've seen transform lives. What work makes you lose track of time? What problems in the world break your heart? What unique gifts and experiences do you have that others might need? If you knew you only had 1 year left, what would you absolutely need to accomplish? Your answers reveal the intersection of your gifts and the world's needs. This is where true purpose lives. When you're acting from this place, urgency becomes natural. It's no longer about pushing yourself. It's about being pulled forward by something greater than yourself. Consider this. Every great spiritual teacher and change maker in history combined deep purpose with immediate action. They didn't wait for convenient moments to serve their calling. They understood that purpose without action is merely dreaming, and action without purpose is just movement. Let's establish a spiritual framework for taking aligned action that we've seen transform countless lives. 1. Divine discernment. Before acting, take a moment to connect with your higher guidance. Ask yourself, is this action aligned with my highest purpose? This isn't about lengthy meditation. It's about quick, conscious checking in. Think of it as spiritual radar. 2. Sacred scheduling. Instead of cramming your day with endless tasks, create sacred time blocks for your most important work. This isn't about rigid planning. It's about honoring your energy and your purpose. Your time is a gift from the universe. Use it accordingly. 3. Purposeful pause. Build in short moments of stillness between actions. These aren't delays. They're like taking a breath between sentences. They help you stay connected to your purpose while maintaining momentum. 4. Inspired action. When you feel the nudge to act, respond quickly but not reactively. There's a difference between urgent response and hasty reaction. Urgent response comes from alignment. Hasty reaction comes from fear. Here's a perspective that changes everything. Urgency isn't just about getting things done faster. It's about living fully while we're here. Every day you delay your most important work is a day someone misses out on the gift only you can give. Think about it this way. The world needs your unique contribution right now, not someday. Whether it's the healing practice that could transform lives, the message that could awaken hearts, the art that could touch souls, the innovation that could solve problems, the words of wisdom someone desperately needs today. Your procrastination isn't just affecting you, it's affecting everyone who could benefit from your divine gifts. Let's get practical about how to integrate this sacred urgency into your daily life. 1. Morning purpose practice. 5 minutes. Connect with your purpose before checking your phone. Set one major intention for the day. Identify your 3 most purposeful actions. 2. Action triggers. Create specific cues that remind you of your purpose. Use physical movement to break procrastination patterns. Set up your environment to support immediate action. 3. Evening review. 5 minutes. Acknowledge what you accomplished. Release what didn't get done without guilt. Set clear intentions for tomorrow. 4. Weekly alignment. Check. Review how your actions align with your purpose. Celebrate progress and adjust course as needed. Plan your most important moves for the coming week. In closing, true success is about being deeply connected to your highest purpose and manifesting abundance in that purpose, creating the impact you were meant to have in this world. As we said in the opening, and it bears repeating, you are here at this moment in history for a reason. Your gifts, your experiences, your unique perspective, they're all needed right now. The world can't afford for you to wait until everything feels perfect. We invite you to start today. Start now. Even if it's just 5 minutes of aligned action toward your most important goal. Remember, you don't need to see the whole path. You just need to take the first step. If this message resonates with you, don't let it be just another video you watch and forget. Take action right now. 1. Write that affirmation we shared earlier in the comments below. 2. Share this message with someone who needs to hear it. 3. If you're serious about committing to urgency, comment with one action you're committing to take today. Lastly, this video is one that will resonate the more you watch it. We recommend watching at least twice, if not at least 3 times over the next week, to ensure you have remained committed to this message. Remember, life is not a dress rehearsal. This is the real performance, and your time on stage is limited. Make it count. Together, we can create the impact we're meant to have in this world. Thank you for watching, and now go make your unique contribution to the world on your path to a better life.